Alright, so first thing, if a is not equal to 1, divide everything by a. And I'm just going to label what a, b, and c is just so that you know what I'm talking about when I respond to that. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we had 4x squared minus 6x minus 1. A is the coefficient with x squared. Don't forget the symbol. B is the coefficient with x, and c is the coefficient without a variable. Do not forget the symbol. So that's what I mean. So a is not 1 here, so you divide everything by that, which in this case is 4. So now you rewrite it. You're going to get x squared minus 3 over 2, because you're going to simplify that. X minus 1/4. Alright, so step 2, this is now the question. Label it a, b, and c again. The coefficients, don't forget the signs. This is a listening check. Go ahead and underline the title, completing the square. Alright, so again, A is invisible 1, B is negative 3 over 2, and C is negative 1/4. Alright, so skip a line and then write this, parentheses, x, and then leave a little space, and then squared outside, plus whatever your C is. In this case, it's negative 1/4. So let's skip a line and then write that. And my C is negative 1/4, so that's what I'm putting there. Number 4, take half of B and put it inside that parentheses. Put it here. So half of B. What is half of negative 3 over 2? So 3 over 2 divided by 2. So we can write that over as 3 over 2 divided by 2 over 1, and then keep, change, flip, or sandwich, and you're going to get 3 over 4. Number 5, on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the numbers. So on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the numbers. So the line above it says x squared minus 3 over 2x, and then leave space between that and the number. So x squared minus 3 over 2x, leave some space, and then negative 1 over 4. Alright, number 6, in that space, add b over 2 all squared, b divided by 2 all squared, and also subtract b over 2 all squared. The reason we do this is when you add something and subtract it, we haven't really changed anything, but I'm going to use my addition to do something. So we're going to square b over 2. We already know b over 2 is negative 3 over 4, so square that. That's going to be positive 9 over 16. So you're going to add it and subtract it. Number 7, the first 3 terms are the parentheses squared underneath it. So all that's missing is to subtract b over 2 squared. So let's take a look at it. So those first 3 terms are that whole parentheses squared. And then if you can see, we've got negative 1/4 on both lines. The only thing missing is that negative 9 over 16, or in other words, the b over 2 squared. This is a listening check. Color in negative 9 over 16. So we're going to put that in there. So number 8, combine the numbers outside the parentheses squared and simplify. So combining them, you need to have the same denominators. So we're going to make that 16, so multiply top and bottom by 4. So now we have negative 4 minus 9, which is negative 13 over 16. And then final step, solve the equation if it has an equal sign. So this one doesn't have an equal sign, so we're done. That's how you complete the square. Alright, let's take a look at another example. So 3x squared plus 7x minus 1. Again, if a is not equal to 1, divide by a. So a is 3 in this case, so we're going to divide everything by 3. Rewrite it, that's my new term, so that's going to be x squared plus 7 over 3x minus 1/3. Alright, label A, B, C, so A, B, C, don't forget the signs. Alright, skip a line and write the parentheses squared and C outside, I just did. Then take half of B, so that's 7 over 3 divided by 2, which is 7 over 3 times 1/2, which is 7 over 6. And that's what you put in there, so 7 over 6. Then it says rewrite, on the skip line, rewrite the line above it, leaving space between the x term and the variable. So x squared plus 7 over 3x, leave space, and then negative 1/3. And in that space, we're going to add b over 2 squared and also subtract it. So we already have b over 2, and squaring that would be 49 over 36, adding it and subtracting it. Alright, the first three terms are the parentheses, so the first three terms are that. And then you can see I have the negative 1/3, so all that's missing is that subtract the 49 over 36. Alright, combine the numbers outside the parentheses and simplify. So let's make the denominators the same. So we're going to multiply top and bottom of the negative 1/3 by 12. And I'm going to get negative 12 minus 49, which is going to give me negative 61 over 36. And I can't simplify that anymore.
Alright, we're going to at least take a look at one that doesn't give you decimals, or rather fractions. So let me work through another example. So if a is not equal to 1, it's not equal to 1, divide everything by that. So we'll divide everything here by 2. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and cross that out. That's going to be a squared minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now this is my question. Label A, B, and C. So remember, whatever is at the head of it, do not forget the signs, is A, B, C. Skip a line. So I'm going to skip a line and write this. So now instead of it being x, the letter is a. So I'm going to write a squared plus c, right? Which I'm going to see right here is plus 3. On the skipped line, where I skipped the line, rewrite the line above it, rewrite this, leaving space between the x term and the number. So rewrite this, leaving space between the x term, between this one and the number. So I'm going to write a squared minus 4a, leave space, plus 3.
This is a listening check, coloring that plus 3.
In that space, add b divided by 2. So b right here divided by 2. Okay, and I skipped it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I skipped a line. It says take half of b and put it here. So take half of b and put it here. So half of b is negative 2. In that space, take half of b, square it. Okay, so negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Squared is positive 4. And also subtract that. So you add it and then you also subtract it. The first three terms, 1, 2, 3, are this squared. So basically, this part right here.
This is a listening check, coloring what I just circled.
This. So all that's missing is to subtract that. So all I'm missing, because now this is this, that is that. The only thing I'm missing on this line is this subtraction. Combine the numbers outside these parentheses and simplify. So combine these, so it's going to give me a minus 2 squared. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Solve the equation if it has an equal sign. So this one doesn't have an equal sign, but if it did have an equal sign, you would just take the negatives on the side, take square root, and then add 2. That's it. Let's practice.